Okay. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I'm doing this through a browser and I accidentally closed the wrong tab. I'm just like frustrated. I need to calm down and relax and just give me a minute to just kind of bring myself back, check myself in, and I just don't have the patience right now for any more of this tonight. So whatever you can do to kind of check in with me and just kind of be there, just give me a minute. Don't rush me tonight, please. I'm not in a rush mood. And now I have to do all those shares all over again. Like, come on, this is horseshit. Okay, so anybody that wants to share this video to help me out tonight, I would greatly appreciate it because I can't keep doing these shares and posting them again and again to groups. I don't want to spam the groups and set, that kind of precedent in a group. So whatever you guys can do to share that video would be greatly appreciated. Um, okay, I need to focus, get back to being here. Okay. Okay, so hopefully you guys are still with me here. Hopefully everybody's still here. Let me just wait for a few people. Just give me a minute here. Oh, so now when I get this working, nobody's there. Okay. I don't even know. It says 2 people are watching, so hopefully we can get this going. I'm gonna do the shares from my phone because I'm not gonna end up doing it from the tab because I ended up closing the wrong one last time. So we're just gonna leave it as it is, and 4 minutes in and we still don't have anybody. No joke.
What is hammer?
What do I need it for now?
I don't fucking know. You get a big deal. So it's in now.
Throw it out the window. How's that sound? Hello, Alexa. Hello, Lisa. Okay, so we do have some people here. So if you guys want to share the video, please, I would greatly appreciate it. It would help me out a lot tonight. I'm not in the mood to keep doing this. I'm just having a really rough night. I'm not feeling well again today. I slept a lot of the day. I'm getting hot now. Whew. So I need a headache. Um, so whatever you can do to help me out with getting this shared, will also increase your possibilities to have a reading tonight too as well. So we'll get started with Lisa Marie. We're going to work on you, get you your reading. Thanks for being patient with me, guys. Thanks for kind of helping out here a little bit. Alexia Green, welcome. I think you're new to the channel. Welcome. So if you guys want to share this out to your groups or on Facebook, whatever, to get some people over here and get some readings out there done tonight, Friday night. It's now 7 o'clock where I am. I've been trying to get this stream up and going for 2 hours now, so you can understand my frustration and it not working out, right? So, you know, so either make a donation or share the video to get a reading, and then comment that you shared it, and we will be able to do that. So, Lisa Marie, thanks for sticking by me, Lisa. You're a dedicated watcher, and I appreciate the support and the patronage. I really appreciate that support. It means a lot. So we're going to give you a reading. We're going to give you a little bit longer one because you've been so patient and sticking with us tonight through all the complications that we've been kind of going through. So thank you ahead. So thank you very much, you guys. I think I'm just going to have to go back to doing streams on each individual one. And then, I think that's what I'm going to have to do because that other one is just not working for me right now, which consumes more time for me. So now I have to go and do a Facebook one after this. And, oh, thanks, Lisa. I appreciate it. All right, so let's see what's going on for Lisa. I'm just trying to get myself just kind of down a little bit here. I'm really frustrated still, just kind of working my energy here. So, what do I need to do? I need to have some meditation music just for a brief minute here, playing low in the background, so hopefully they don't give me a copyright strike. But if they do, whatever, it's no big deal. I don't own the rights to the music, so if I put that in there, maybe that'll change. But we'll see. So I'm going to have a little bit of meditation music playing for us to get us kind of going here. Why is it showing that one? I don't want that. So give me one sec here. Let me get some balancing music. I need my music. I really do. I really resort for that, my music, and it's just, I gotta have it. Gots to have it. And then I'll feel better once I get a little bit. Now or never, 333 everywhere, hey? Well, I can get to you now or never right after I do Lisa Marie. We've been having technical difficulties tonight, so we just finally got them all the glitches kind of worked out. So we're going to be doing this side, and then I'm going to have to go do the Facebook side after this. So you're more than welcome to tune into that one too later, Lisa, if you'd like to, and see what happens over there. Any messages for now or never? You're next in line. We'll get to you as soon as we're done Lisa Marie's reading. We're just going to do a reading for her because she's been so patient with me tonight. She's been kind of hanging in there, seeing what's going on. So was there anything that you wanted to focus specifically on, Lisa Marie? Was there something that's going on currently? You too, eh? Okay, so you have some new, we have the Ace of Coins. So if this is surrounding like finances, there's something that's beginning new for you. There's new opportunities that are coming in forward or moving forward, to, maybe there's, solutions coming for, maybe some bills that need to get paid you might be worried about, or, certain financial things that are kind of rising up for you, or new opportunities. Ashley Santiago, yeah, you can be after now or never. The other cards that jumped out here for you was the Five of Swords, and we also got the Seven of Cups. So there's definitely something that you're trying to think about, or you've pay attention to what you're dreaming about. There may be clues in your dreams moving forward. With the Five of Swords in reverse, though, that one is surrounding around hostility, dishonesty, so conflict, arguments. You're not going to have to deal with any of those. You're going to have a little bit less problems surrounding that. So there's going to be a break in the conflicts that maybe you've been having lately, right? Oh, hi Ashley, how you doing? So you'll be now after Now or Never. So you guys kind of have to keep an idea of where you are, who you're after, if you're wanting to have a reading, because I'm just kind of going off, the comments and just adding people as we go, so that everybody gets, an opportunity to get a reading done tonight. So bear with me. So just let people know it's going to be based on where they comment, and who they comment after is who they will be after. So it's kind of like a first come, first serve basis here tonight. I'm not going to deal with writing down a list, because it's just not going to work that way. I'm not going to complicate things any more than they already have been. So you're going to have a break in, maybe having to feel, maybe dealing with disruptions in a stressful manner, in a which we all need a little break in. We don't really need any stresses or more conflict or anything going on in our personal lives. Right? We want to kind of step away from those. We want to kind of keep the balance going, right? All right. So and then we have with the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups talks about dishonesty. Or sorry, I gotta look at I always keep forgetting that the Chinese tarot has a little bit different meaning than what the traditional tarot has. And I know the Seven of Cups is a bit different than, give me one sec here. So bear with me for a minute here. Seven of Cups talks about, fantasy, imagination, daydreams, foolish whims, wishful thinking, and illusionary success. So, whatever you're kind of, dreaming about, maybe start taking those dreams and putting them into action. Okay. Your computer's going crazy too now or never. I don't know if it's Mercury retrograde or if it's those damn satellites. I'm ready to go kick a few of them out into orbit. Out of our orbit, because I think it's more that. I don't think it's so much the Mercury retrograde on that. I think it's just the location of the satellites, because it seems to happen every so often, like every couple of days. It's not an everyday thing. So I tend to think that I don't think that mine's being affected by the Mercury retrograde. I think it's more the satellites are being glitchy, sending the signals. I think it's more what it is, or it's the servers that certain people are connecting through that you're using the software through, right? Because I was having a problem with, unless we got an energy wave that came through and just really disrupted the whole shebang just now, which I don't know. It's hard to say. I have not had any physical attainable proof to say that that's exactly what it is. Or if it's just, a big farce. But, I have yet to have it happen to me, because I've never really been affected by Mercury retrograde, knock on wood. Thank God for that. But I think it's if you invest in that energy, you might have like complications, and I don't really invest in it. So I don't really, give it power to kind of overrule me. You know what I mean? So I kind of just step away from it, just, put it out of mind, out of thought, so, and when I do, as soon as somebody mentions Mercury retrograde, everything just goes to shit. But, if you sit there and you focus and you just kind of block that energy from coming in and affecting your surroundings, it usually works. I've been, so, like tonight's, for instance, I heard somebody talk about it earlier, and I just was focusing on it and giving it power. So I'm not giving it power tonight. So that's too bad for that. So back to yours, Lisa. So it talks about your daydreams. So whatever you're kind of, pay attention to what you're daydreaming about, like where your thoughts are kind of heading. Maybe there's something that needs to be, that's trying to be awoken into a reality for you. With the Five of Swords, so being in reverse, traditional tarot talks about the Five of Swords being hostility and stuff like that. But let me just check on the Chinese tarot. I'm still learning these ones, so bear with me, guys. These ones are still new. But the Five of Swords talks about uncertain outlook, weakness, possible misfortune, or befalling a friend. So be aware of your surroundings. Maybe there's something that's going to come up for you that you need to be aware of or to be on the lookout for. You know, don't give way to it. You know, to just be aware that this could be happening for you or it could currently be happening for you. Okay, Lisa? A future move. Let's see if there's a future move coming into. I feel that there's something surrounding the home. Okay, we had the Heavenly Master come out, and he's a new card for me. So the Heavenly Master, he talks about ritualism, mercy, forgiveness, inspiration, compassion, inactivity, reserve, tendency to cling to ideas and principles even after they're outdated, conformity. So I'm not seeing anything particular to a move. Um, but if you're dreaming about it, it could be in correlation to what you're dreaming about. If you're thinking about moving, you know, explore those options, explore where your mind's kind of leading you in that direction. You know, tap into that, you know, connection that you're having with your thoughts and where you're kind of thinking. If you're really wanting to focus on a move and you really want to have that move happen, maybe pay attention to your thoughts surrounding that. There may be something coming up for you in regards to when you're having your thoughts kind of wander. And you know, if you're thinking about moving into a newer house or you know what you're kind of dreaming about for a future home, maybe take note of that now and start making some plans for a future move. But pay notice to what you're thinking about. Pay attention to where you're daydreaming or where your mind is wandering to, and maybe there's something that can be unlocked there, right? So that's what I have for you. So financial situations are going to improve. There's going to be new opportunities coming forward. With the Ace of Coins is a new beginning surrounding that. So whether that is, you know, maybe you're in a better situation for that move to happen now, or the opportunities are going to come forward so that you're able to have that move, right? Or bankrupt. Okay, well now or never. Let's take a look at you after this. Okay, so Lisa Marie, um, you know, so there's going to be an opportunity. So if this is surrounding what you want to focus on, you know, I think everything is pushing you in a direction of a possible move or the options available coming in to make that move. But be aware of, you know, where you're thinking about, right? So, you know, um, don't count on, the negative, but be aware that that might, don't let it kind of have power over, what you're really desiring. Just kind of kick it out of the way and say, no, you're out of here. I don't want you to kind of infiltrate my dream or my experience. You know what I mean? So, when that happens, just be on the lookout for that. Don't allow it to kind of, manifest into anything so it kind of taints your dreams or what you're truly desiring. Okay? That's what I have for you, my Lisa. You're more than welcome to hang out. So, make things happen. You're in control. You're in, give what you want power. Things that just aren't suiting to you at this time, be aware of them, that they are going to come up, and just kind of say, no, I don't want to, deal with you, find other resources or find a different way so you're not having to kind of let it happen that way. You know what I mean? So give it something, Hey, Samantha, how's it going, guys? You guys are amazing. I love it, you guys. You guys offer so much support, and I love you. I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. So, shout out to all of you, right? So we're on to you now or never. So what do you want to focus on? What seems to be the biggest struggle for you right now that we can kind of look at and see if we can't get some headway on for you? What is the biggest thing? Oh, thanks, Lisa. So what seems to be the biggest struggle for you currently, now or never? Let's see what we can get for you. You love that song? Now I gotta have my meditation music. It keeps me balanced. I don't know what it is, but as soon as I put it on, it's like I go from like Mach 20 down to like 30 kilometers an hour. You know what I mean? It's now or never. I'm here to stay. Kiss me, my darling. Oh, really? Okay, so where are you having some difficulties right now or never, that we can maybe take a peek at and see what's going on? See if we can't make some headway in one of those departments. We might not be able to handle them all tonight, but we'll tackle at least one and get you moving in a direction that You know, you have something that you can work with, you know what I mean, instead of being kind of everywhere at once, and you know, just kind of streamlining where you're kind of trying to head, right? And it's hard sometimes when you're life struggle. So love, career, hard work, and pain. So tired of it. So you need to kind of maybe think about working smarter than working harder. It's not always about working harder. You know, you can still get the same result, but with less effort. You know, you're maybe taking a path where, you know, you're manifesting into a reality. You know what I mean? So your thoughts are creating this struggle. If you're constantly in a feeling of you're struggling, you have to stop, step back from it, and reevaluate what you're looking at. Where are you having the struggles? Is there something that you could take from one area and put it into another area to kind of balance out the energy, right? Balance out what you're trying to do, right? So love or work. Okay, so let's see if we can't look into these two topics for now or never. So we're gonna love. So you definitely have a lot of blockages, is what I'm picking up for you. You may be manifesting blockages. You may be having some resistance against, you know, the opportunities that are presenting themselves, and you may kind of look at them and go, no, I don't really want to go there. But you may end up finding out that once you release and you allow yourself to just kind of go with the flow, instead of, you know, trying to control so much of how the outcome's going to be, you may end up finding out later on that, you know, the position that you took was resistance, and that resistance is creating the blockage. So you're rejecting anything that is coming through for you, right? So you're like turning into Teflon. So all these ideas and all these opportunities that are coming forward are just kind of bouncing off because you're not being open to them. You know, open yourself up to any option, any opportunity, and just say, no, I'm open to whatever comes to me. I'm going to look at and decide. You know, don't just kind of say, no, I want a set course and I'm going to do it this way and I'm going to have it that way. You know, let go of control, you know, and just release it. You'll find that your struggle will get a little bit easier because you'll have more opportunities coming in. You won't be, you know, kind of deflecting any of this, and stop focusing, you know, that streamline, that have to get to that point. This is where I should be, and this is where I am. You know, where you should be doesn't necessarily mean that that's where you should be at that time, right? You can still have that as a goal, but the way that you get there is going to change, right? So you're going to make better decisions. You hang out with me, you will make better decisions, you know, definitely. I'll be able to direct you because I'm not going to lead you down a path of telling you one thing this way and saying, oh, no, this person's going to hit this bump, so let's not send them that way. You know, we have to kind of, you know, it's like a dot to dot. You never know what dot you're going to connect next. So if you're looking at it as, you know, you're numbering each point and where you should be and where you have to go to get the big picture, it doesn't necessarily mean that that is a picture that you're going to end up with, right? So you can take your pen and start at any dot on the page and say, okay, well, I'm going to start here. Let's go to this dot, you know, and you can always go back and change it. You know what I mean? You don't have to take that dot. You can go and kind of experience it and say, no, that's not going to work for me. And then step back and choose a different path. You know, you're not having to stay on that one path that, you know, that goal, and there's only one direction to get there. You know, it's like looking at a roadmap. You know, you have destination A that you're leaving from and destination B and C. You know, you have like numerous amounts of ways to get there. It's your choice on how you want to get there, like which route you want to take. That doesn't mean that, you know, you run into a roadblock, you can't turn around and go to a different route. You can. You know what I mean? So don't ever think that you're kind of stuck in one rut and can't move in any direction, right? It's like, you know, except in the case of basketball, you can't move once you stop. You know what I mean? Then it's traveling and you get a, you know, a whistle call on that one. But other than basketball, you can pretty much do anything you want. You can move, you can stop, you can go, you can, you know, go anywhere you wish to go, right? It's getting yourself out of that frame of mind of saying, no, this is where I want to be and this is where I'm going, and that's all there is for me, right? You can't just sit there and say, hey, listen, no, that, you know, that path may have worked for you, you know, but this path is going to work for me better, you know. So you're kind of like saying, you know, what worked for you isn't going to work for me because you're an individual person. Your experience is going to be 110% different than theirs. They may end up get similar results, mind you, but at the overall, your result is going to be different, right? Then I remember divine timing. Okay, so what is your understanding of the divine timing? You're being resistant to the opportunities. You're being too set in your ways. You know, divine timing is divine timing. You know, it could happen now, it could happen months from now, it could happen, it could have already happened and you missed it. So now you have to recreate the opportunity to come back forward again, bring it back into play, because you can always do that. Because I was thinking, I manifested my man, but now it looks like he is a lesson and a player. Okay, so maybe in regards to that, your comment now or never, in regards to your partner, sometimes there are lessons for us to learn and to understand, but you have to look at why that lesson happened. Okay, so now you have to go back into, your upbringing. Changing your thought belief system has to fall away, and you have to start rebuilding a new one. Because if you keep focusing on the results that you've always had, you're just going to repeat the cycle over again. You have to literally start and wipe the slate clean. Say, I'm not going to, hold any value to any of the experiences that I've already had. Every time you leave a relationship, you wipe it clean and say, no, I'm not going to have to experience that again, because I'm not going to have any memory of it. I'm not going to, have any feelings towards it. I'm just disconnecting from it completely. So I don't have to be dragging it forward, that energy with me every time that I decide to, move on. If you let go and you release it, it's gone. It's like, disengaging. It's like being in space and you disengage from this, your ship, then you're floating, aimlessly at anywhere. You know what I mean? You're disengaging from that experience. You don't have to bring it with you. If it's too much baggage and it's too much work, let it go. Let it just kind of float out into space and just kind of be on its own. Right? Just disconnect. Wipe the slate clean every time and say, hey, I'm gonna remanifest something different. Because it's like, do you ever watch those cartoons when you were a kid, when they would like draw pictures and then they would like erase them or make them, like with the little sand, and they would make pictures out of them and then they would just kind of erase it and then remake a new one out of the same sand? It's kind of like that. You know what I mean? So we're not blocked. Okay. So in the area of love, you're feeling that he's a player. So you need to make a decision on whether you want to stay within the relationship. If you realize that he's a player, then follow your gut instinct, because usually you're not going to lead yourself down a situation. You might have had, a momentary lapse of reasoning, right? Um, so you have to make decisions in your life that sometimes are hard, okay? And when it comes to love, those are really the hardest, because we don't want to hurt, we don't want to neglect, we don't want to harm others. And so we automatically get into the thought path of thinking, I don't want to hurt this person, so I'll stay with them. Where you're just kind of infiltrating more of that same repetitive negativity. Sometimes it is better to just disengage and just say, listen, it's been fun. I appreciate the time that we spent together, but this really isn't working for me. Don't put yourself into more of that energy of, feeling like you're struggling. Cut away what is the struggle, right? Cut it away. Just get rid of the fat, cut that fat off that steak, and, you'll have a better moving into the next one. You know what I mean? Don't stay in a situation that is going to be, more of a struggle. It's going to be being used, and we also have this idea that we're foolish, and don't be hard on yourself about making some wrong decisions. You just pick yourself up and you jump back on the bike and say, no, I'm going to ride this bike a little bit better, because now I've learned not to go and instigate relationships with this type of person. Keep that, a mental note to yourself and say, no, I'm not going to have that. But we get so caught up in the flash and the fancy, and we get distracted, right? So really remember to refocus where you're wanting to head. Look at it from an outer perspective and say, is that really what I want? Do I want to just enjoy it for a moment? Am I really wanting to be with this person? Or if I'm just looking for, a quick experience, want to experience and feel the energy and then disengage. You don't have to stay on the ride even after the ride stops. You know what I mean? The ride has come to an end. It's time to jump off and find a new ride to ride. You know what I mean? You don't have to stay on that ride for the rest of your life. And that's where people get so confused that, their set path is their set path and that's all that they have and that's where they're going to go. And they'll sit on that ride and ride that roller coaster or, whatever ride at the Ferris wheel or whatever it is because they think that that's where they're supposed to be. But you have the whole amusement part yet to experience. You know what I mean? There's so many different things that you want to experience. And it's the fear of getting off that ride and trying something new that is stopping you. Okay? Once you let go of the fear and just, live a little bit fearless and say, I'm not going to let things come down and say, hey, you're stuck here. This is all you deserve, because your upbringing has taught you that, right? So you have to let go of what you've been programmed to believe or what you've been shown all your life and kind of break away from that. It's like cracking that shell and getting rid of all that shit. Because if it's not serving you and it's not creating you into a better person or it's pushing you in a direction to be, having an amazing experience, you're in the wrong profession or the wrong position to be doing anything. You know what I mean? So you have to literally chisel away that whole belief system that is not working for you because it worked for your parents or it worked for your aunt or it worked for your uncle, but that's not you. You're not them. They're not you. You know what I mean? So, having to, and it's hard, letting go of an identity that you've always been attached to is a very difficult thing. I know that when I went through my identity crisis and I, was raised in, to tell you the truth, I was adopted. I was raised in a Caucasian family and I'm Native. So my cultural things were not brought with me. I didn't learn anything about them. I didn't understand anything or why, I was different than they were and what it meant to be in a Caucasian family compared to my cultural roots. And the difference in the cultural difference and the belief systems are 110% full circle different. Okay. Being raised with a religious background that I no longer carry with me, I let go of that. And it was a lot harder than I thought it would be. But you have to kind of decide where you want to be, your identity, right? Your identity is important. You can always change your identity. It's not so much that you're stuck with the way that you are. You can change it. You don't have to be, set. Your identity is A, so you're stuck with A. You can develop it into something else. You can end up liking something different. You have to really take the time to go through that identity crisis and get rid of all the shit that you don't need. That's not working for you. It's time to break free from that and start implementing and bringing things into your life that do work for you. Okay? So I think that maybe you need to just sit back and just kind of focus on you and get things kind of in tune, get balanced with yourself and understand that you can always change. You can take off a piece and put on a different piece. You're adaptable. You can adapt to any environment, any situation, or anything. You know what I mean? So, that's kind of some advice that I have for you. Maybe to step back from, having the decisions and actions of others and what other people tell you is important. It is. But really reflect on how is it serving you? How is it going to help you move into the person that you want to be? If it's that you're just wanting to take that cookie cutter and be that cookie cutter, then be the cookie cutter. That's your choice. But if you want to break free from that cookie cutter and kind of be your own more amazing person and just kind of take a piece here and a piece there and restructure your life to better balance and more experience, then by all means do it. Don't sit there and let somebody else's idea of who you are dictate how you're going to live, because we shouldn't have to. What you want to do is what you're going to do. Break free from the chains, right? And don't forget to like and subscribe, you guys, so you don't miss out the lives here as well. And don't forget to check out the Facebook page, right? So, so hopefully that helps now or never. Hopefully you can, walk away and feel a little bit of hope and a direction that you'll be able to head in, with a little bit more clear focus on what you really truly need. And I think that this time is mainly to focus on you and what, you need in your life, what you don't need. It's time to do some spring cleaning, I think, on a personal level for yourself and just say, hey, I really want to change this. I really don't need that. And I don't need to invest any energy into that because it's not serving me any purpose. It's not helping me, become to the path that I want. And if it's letting go of somebody, you'll mourn it, you'll let go of it, and you'll be like, okay, it's like you're not keeping, like think about it this way. If you have every single animal or any toy that you carried through life and you brought it here now, wouldn't that be a little bit weird or a little bit strange that you would carry all your life with you and have no reason to keep it? You don't play with it, you don't use it, you don't have it, you don't keep it. You get rid of it, you let go of it. It's time to move into something different, for something new to come in. You got to let go of the old, and recreate it. So put it into perspective of the best analogy that I can give for anybody listening, and this goes for all of you guys, is imagine you've got this, you're the fool, okay, and on the stick you've got your little hobo bag with your little handkerchief with everything you need to start the journey, okay. And in habit, when we go to different places, we like to collect ornaments. We like to collect things that have meaning to us, that have symbology to us. You really have to step back and say, do I really want to carry that all my life? Do I really want to bring that with me? And oh, that's going to be heavy to carry around. I don't need to carry that much heaviness. Like, you want to keep your pack sack light. You want to keep it moving. If you're constantly taking everything and you're not letting go of anything, and your suitcase or your little handkerchief starts bulging, it's not going to hold much more, right? You want to keep only the things that truly have sentimental meaning to you. If you keep everything that you take in your life, you pull it in, you pull it in, and you're pulling it in, but you're not letting go of anything. It's like, how much can you eat? You're eating a pizza and you've got 17 different pizzas around you. Are you going to try to sample all of them or eat every single last piece because it's in front of you? Or are you going to try a little bit of everything and say, no, that was good. I had experienced that. I'm good to go on to the next one. You know what I mean? You didn't like it, so you're going to leave it behind. You didn't like that one, you'll have an extra piece of this one. You know what I mean? Like, so you really have to put it into a perspective like that. You know what I mean? All right. So it's time to stop avoiding and stop having resistance against the opportunities that are being presented to you. So hopefully that helps. I got music going all over here. Everybody's jamming out, but that's okay. So now or never. So hopefully that helps you out. If you need a reading, maybe sit down and kind of go through, kind of sift through what you've got going on for you right now, and kind of weed out what you don't need, and then come back and come and have a reading then. Because I think you got a lot that you need to kind of sift through right now and kind of figure out what you really truly need in your life. And if you're not getting rid of all the experiences that don't really have any purpose or reason to be there anymore, it's time to let them go and just kind of let them fade into the background. You don't have to forget them, but it's time to put everything into the attic. You know what I mean? Like things that you don't need, you can pack away, put in the attic, keep them for later. You know what I mean? But keep what you need in front of you. And you'll find that everything, once you get that chaos kind of organized, things will start coming into you clear. You'll start understanding what direction you want to head in, what you really want to bring in, what you don't really need, and just kind of keeping up on it and not letting it kind of get overwhelming, not letting too much come in at one time and just kind of, it's like your door at your house. You have so much that you can fit inside a house. You're not going to allow everything to come in because you run out of room. You know what I mean? It's time to do some spring cleaning and really get rid of everything that you don't need. Put it up in the attic. Keep the stuff that you really truly want to keep, and let the rest go. Sell it. You know what I mean? Like you let go of things in your life. It's the same thing on a mental level. You let go of those memories. You let go of the experiences. You say, hey, I don't need them anymore. They serve their purpose. I experienced them. Good to go. It can go, to the next person that wants to have that experience. You know what I mean? So it's time to do some spring cleaning. If you'd like me to pull you a card, I can pull a card and see where you need to start focusing first to help you. Okay, so we've got the Three of Staves. And ironically, the Three of Staves, you see how he's kind of kicking out a stick that he doesn't need? You know what I mean? So it kind of tells me that that's where you need to begin. It's time to really get rid of what you don't need. It's time to kick garbage to the curb. Kick the stuff that you don't need, the extra drama, extra bullshit, or extra stuff that you really don't need. It's time to get rid of it. Like, only keep what you need, okay? So he's frustrated. There's frustration on this guy's face. You can see that. He's frustrated. He's definitely frustrated as to what he wants, and he's getting frustrated with everything. So maybe that's the stage that you're at now. So you're not having to go through. I don't know if you guys can see his face or if it'll come in clear enough. But you see how he's kind of like angst about everything and it's time to get rid of stuff. Okay? So on point with that, so check into that. Check into that. Start there. Start simple. Start at, the basics. It's like taking, you're learning a whole new way to walk. It's like you broke both legs and now you gotta learn each step, gradually. And I'm here to help you all along the way. I have no problem, assisting you and making sure that you get on the right path and finally get on the path that is truly what you're wanting. You know what I mean? All right, now or never. So who's next? Ashley, I think you were next, right? Or was it Samantha who was next? So don't forget to share the live, you guys. I haven't shared it. I'm just gonna do it. I don't know if I did share it. Just give me 1 sec here. I just want to make sure that I got a couple of shares out there. But if you guys could share this as well, I would really appreciate it. It would help me out a lot. Uh, okay. So don't let yourself think of it as karma. It's just extra baggage that you don't need, right? It's me. Is the pregnancy going to end in a miscarriage or a healthy baby? Are you pregnant, Ashley? Oh, girl, are you having troubles? Is a pregnancy? Are you doing everything? Are you looking after yourself? Not doing anything heavy lifting or anything, and really taking this time to really take the time to relax. If you're early stages, make sure that you're doing everything, like not lifting anything heavy or overexerting yourself. And I think that you'll be okay. If you're doing things that you're having to, you know, especially when it comes to heavy lifting and all that, stay away from it. Okay, just stay away. Stay away from it. Whatever you can do to keep yourself at a low stress level. Don't get highly stressed. Do a lot of meditation and relaxation exercises. Don't allow yourself to overexert, right? I think that you'll be okay, but just make sure you're looking after that, taking your vitamins, not doing over anything strenuous, and you're doing a healthy food diet. You're eating you're getting your vegetables, your fruit, your everything, and just eating healthy. I think you'll be okay. I think so. You really have to basically be on bed rest for the first 3 months. Is basically what you want to do. Okay, to make sure that baby stays. First of all, right? So whatever you can do and whatever your partner, you really want to have a lot of reliance on your partners. That means like you're not going to go chasing the kids. You really have to be basically like on bed rest for the first 3 months. If you're having difficulties with that, you lost the last one. I would put yourself on bed rest and just say, no, I'm not doing it. You have to really understand that this is, yeah. So don't put yourself out there. If you're expected to keep the house clean, it's going to have to take a little bit less cleaning than what you normally would do. You can't go pushing around the vacuum and dealing with this. Put yourself on bed rest for the first little while, to make sure that everything is okay. Because I did that once and I was pregnant and I went to flip a mattress and it was like a memory foam this big and I went to flip it and I miscarried. And that was just flipping a mattress. So, it doesn't take much. It doesn't, and I've never ever miscarried in my life. Never. When that happened, I lost the baby and I was 2.5 months pregnant and I had flipped the mattress and I lost the baby. right? So it just goes to show that you have to really look after yourself, especially for the first, especially the first 3 months. Put yourself on bed rest. Don't do anything. And if you have cats, stay away from their litter boxes. You cannot go near litter boxes. If you have cats, stay away. Do not change the litter because there's an actual virus. There's actually like um, not a virus. It's like a mite that is in the feces. It's like a virus that can attach to your baby and cause complications as well. So stay away from kitty litter boxes is another thing. Do not go near them. Do not change the litter. There's something in their feces that if it gets, it's like an airborne virus that can attach to you and cause a miscarriage as well. Just so you know, right? No, it was okay. I still think about it today, but if I wouldn't have done that, I would have had another child, and it's hard thinking about that, because I really wanted one at the time, and it just didn't work out, right? Just a lot of kids. So, whoever you can get to help you out around the house, like if you have older kids that can really kind of time to delegate chores, time to delegate responsibility to the kids, explain to them that they got a little brother coming and, you want to make it so the baby makes it through this and you really need the helping hand, right? No, no problem now. Everything you need, by all means, visit my Facebook page as well. Get over there, like the page, and you'll be able to get updates there. I do post on Facebook a lot. I do readings there as well. So sometimes I'll do a live over there and a live over here, or sometimes I do them at the same time. Usually I do them at the same time so I don't have to do, a double stream. But tonight just wasn't working for getting that double stream done. But who knows? Maybe in the future I'll be able to get back to doing, 2 streams at once. So oh, we've been going 47 minutes. We're still good for time, guys. We're still good for time. So Ashley, let's see what the pendulum. Do you want a pendulum or do you want a card? Do you want to see what the cards say, or do you want the pendulum to kind of answer the question for you, though? But that's kind of my point of view currently. We can take a pendulum reading, or do you want a card? And then that decide. I'm kind of leaning towards a different deck for your card. Is there anything in the cards? Okay, so let's see what's in the cards for you then. In the cards, wow, okay, you've got a few that jumped out here. Okay, so it's the same thing. It's telling you you need to delegate situations. You need to really organize things, get things in organization. Like we have the 8 of Coins, okay? And the 8 of Coins it talks about a greedy trader picks up coins from the ground. The image of the person is seeking prosperity through windfalls rather than through work. Okay, so the meaning behind this is quickness to learn, candor, modesty, handiwork, personal effort. So, you see where the guy's working in the background, he's kind of doing the hard work, but the other guy's trying to take it the easy way. Take the easy way, like benefit from that. But keep yourself moving, keep yourself working in a state that, you're not totally giving away to, exercise and everything at the same time, right? But avoid, the heavy work, like avoid the hard work. Take more of the easy route this time, okay? And then we have the Empress. So there you go. So do I need to say more? Okay, the Empress, it talks about birth and pregnancy and everything. Okay, so we're going to leave that one well enough alone. That is your current situation. Okay, so you're definitely moving in that perfect situation is happening. So just be aware of the work that you're doing. Don't do anything hard. Don't do anything that's hard to work with. And then the Knight is in reverse. So interruption, unexpected change, quarreling, breakup of personal relationships, or rupture. And that is in reverse. Okay, so you don't have to worry about anything going wrong if you follow the key points. Okay, so making sure that you're following through with all that and taking the easy route, not doing the hard labor. Okay, so I think if you follow that words of advice that I've given, the cards are reflecting that as well. So I think that you'll be well on your way if you keep that at the front of your mind. Okay. So blessings to you, girl, and congratulations is in effect. Right. So I would say, you know, revamp what you're doing. You know, delegate the responsibility to someone else. Take the easy road. You know, you don't have to struggle to get through this. You know, there is opportunities, there is resources available. You know, get your children to be a little bit more responsible. You know, delegate the responsibility around the house. You know, so it lessens your workload. Okay. You know, teach them the responsibilities of keeping house and you know, so they're moving in that direction. Okay. And I think you'll be okay. I think things will work out just fine for you, my girl. Okay. All right. So where are we in the reading list? Samantha, are you still here? Blessings to you, girl, and congratulations, by the way. You know, excuse me from scratching my. I went through a really bad bout of weeping skin, and 80% of my scalp was like weeping liquid. I had a reaction to some hair dye that I used, and still paying the consequences in some areas are still tender. So it gets a little bit healing. And you know how when it gets healing and it scabs over, it starts to get itchy. It's at that stage now. So still working on it, but you know it's 100. Well, not quite 100%. I would say about 80% healed now. So you know, trying to do my own healing here at the same point, taking it easy. You know, but I still get really hot because it's like it's a very strange feeling. Like you know, I don't know if you've ever seen anybody with like severe eczema or you know psoriasis almost, where it kind of gets like itchy and then it kind of like goes like liquidy. That's kind of like what happened on my scalp from the reaction, allergic reaction. And it's still not quite 100%, but it's about 75, 80% healed. But I still get those little spots that, you know, like hot spots where it still hurts. So bear with me. It's getting better though, but it gets itchy, like dry and itchy. I have to like put permanent cream on my hair, and it's like, you know, it's just or Vaseline to keep it from drying out. Because when it dries out, it gets really itchy. I had some meditation music up. I got somebody listening to house beats music in my house, and it just is not my idea of music right now. So Samantha, you still with us? Well, you should be. Bringing a life into this world is amazing, you know, and getting to share and having a little one that you get to cater on and just pamper and teach the whole new world to, you know, is an amazing gift. It's an opportunity that I wish I could still do. But unfortunately, only men get to do it past, you know, at my age. They get to be the creators of life after when the women can't do it no more. But then it becomes their responsibility, you see. So, you know, whatever life they bring into this world, they should be responsible for. But, you know, it sucks that, you know, women are only given so many eggs in their lifetime that they can bring life into this world. And if you don't look at that way, you know, if, you know, we're meant to have lots of children and populate and bring life into this world to carry it forward. And you're limited. Like they only like, you know, you come into this life and you've got 12 eggs. That's all you get. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? You give a fish how many eggs and how many fish do they get to make? You know what I mean? Like that's not fair. It's kind of sucks that way. I think it's you know, if you want to bring life into this world, it should be your unlimited option. You know, to populate the world so a car carries forward, right? But you know, to each their own, I guess. But you know, some people don't even use them, and it's like, well, give me yours, and I will, you know, do it. You know what I mean? So, surrogate mom. I don't know if I could do a surrogate mom though. I couldn't. I don't think I could be a surrogate because I'd be too attached to that baby. You know what I mean? If I couldn't have access to the baby after and be like an aunt after, I don't think I'd be able to do something like that, like surrogation. No, I would carry it, but you know, I wouldn't be able to just like have a baby and just be the womb. You know what I mean? Like I'd be attached to it. I would, go through all the emotions and all the shit, and then not be able to have, an input in their life. I wouldn't be able to do it. I couldn't do it. It would be too much stress. I wouldn't be able to walk away and just say, okay, here you go, for X amount of dollars or whatever it is. Like you couldn't put a dollar sign on that one for me. You know what I mean? Well, guys, it's been fun, but I guess everybody is gone for the night. So I'm going to head over to Facebook now and do the Facebook stream. And I will see you guys all a little bit later. Okay? You guys have a great evening. And if you want to stay tuned for, come on over to Facebook. That's where you can find me next. And I will see you guys all a little bit later. Okay? Have a great night, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.